Hey guys, this is Deannette with Pear Hill Farms. With the holidays coming up, I thought, what better way than to share one of my favorite recipes with you that we do here. You know, for years, we've always just went and purchased canned cranberry sauce and ate it. And it was probably been my goodness, 4 or 5 years ago that Denise found a recipe for homemade cranberry sauce, and since then I have not bought store-bought cranberry sauce. In fact, I really don't care for it too much out of the can. And so I wanted to share with you today how I make my own homemade cranberry sauce, and I really just got this recipe off Pinterest. I'll give Pinterest credit, but it's really easy, and my family actually prefers it this way now over the canned sauce. So let's get to it. I'll tell you what you need. It's so simple. It's only 3 ingredients. So what you need is you need a 12-ounce bag of whole cranberries from the store. You need a cup of orange juice, and you need a cup of granulated sugar. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pot. I'm going to grab my pot here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my orange juice to my pot, and I'm going to add my sugar to the pot. And I'm just going to whisk that together. Now I'm going to take it over to the stove, and I'm going to put it on low heat and let this start to warm up, and use my whisk to stir it. So let me get over here. And get it on low heat and let it be going. Okay, so now I've got my my stove on low. And I'm just going to get this started heating up a little bit. Let me get my cranberries ready. Now, the reason I like this recipe is because it calls for just 3 ingredients. And it's usually just 3 simple ingredients that I have out here at the house. On the back of this package, it does have a holiday cranberry sauce, but it calls for apple juice and brown sugar and some ground allspice. You know, some people aren't a big fan of allspice and stuff like that. So I have found that this recipe is actually better. I don't know, I just like it. Plus, I've come to like the whole berries in my sauce whenever I get it made. But it's a couple of days before Thanksgiving, and the reason I'm going to go ahead and make this is because I have dressing to make and my dumplings to make, which I shared that video with you already, and some buttermilk pies. And hopefully I can get some videos out on those things that I'm making so that you can enjoy those as well. But they might not come out before the holidays. But they'll be ready for the next holiday, maybe. But anyway, we're going to get this is kind of dissolved, and kind of what you want to do is you want to take, and I've washed these off, and drain them, and add them to this, and it stays on low. So I'm going to add these to my orange juice and my sugar mixture. I'm going to stay over the eye, keep an eye on it. But what you want to do is you want to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. And what'll happen, let me show you this. It'll take about 10 minutes, but what you'll notice is I've got my got them in there, and these are going to start to pop, and then it'll thicken, I think the citric acid in the orange juice is what makes it thicken. And all. So we're going to let these simmer right here and wait for these berries to start popping. And I mean, this is simple. You can even let your kids join along with you while you do it. Until the berries start popping. But when they start popping, then it's going to change the color, and you'll start getting some of the berry from the cranberries in there. And so let's see here. Go ahead and get my spoon. I'm just gonna keep it stirred and keep it close. I got it turned up just a little bit. But we're just gonna watch it here, let it simmer. When the berries start popping, you can take a masher and you can mash if you want. Once you've made it, you can let it sit out for up to 2 hours before you eat it. You can eat it right away. I like to serve it warm, but because I wanted to get this video out to y'all before the holidays, I'm going to go ahead and I had other stuff to make, of course. I wanted to get this made. It will store in an airtight container for up to 2 weeks. And it's just so easy. I mean, that's all you do. And then you just have to watch it until the berries start to pop. And once they start popping, again, you can mash it or you can just put it in your serving bowl. But if you don't like the thickness, you add a little bit more orange juice and to thin it out. It's just totally your preference. I'm going to put this in an airtight container. And of course, it'll be refrigerated up until we get ready for it on Thanksgiving Day. But I'll show you the end result here in just a minute. So, okay, guys, it's going on about almost 10 minutes. We're about 8 minutes in, and you're starting to see some of the berries pop. And I'll show you here, but you can start seeing them pop there. Open, and I'm just going to kind of just watch them. You can see them popping right there. And then so we're going to let most of them pop. And then once they've popped, all popped and they've softened, you can kind of hear it. They're still kind of hard, so they'll pop and they'll soften. And once they've done all that, all of them have popped, I'll transfer them to a container, airtight container, and it'll thicken as it sits. So with this might be listed, you can see they've changed, some of them have changed colors. They're getting darker, but I'm just going to watch and let these pop. Very easy to make. Very easy to make, and I'm sure that you can add any kind of flavor you want. I'm sure. And for those of you wondering, that orange juice does not change the flavor. It's not. I don't think that's for flavor. I think the orange juice is for a thickening agent because of citric acid. Because you can use apple juice too, and all those have some kind of acid base to them, and they can cause a thickening. So again, we're just waiting for all of them to pop. There's some that have popped right there. You know, I'm just waiting on it to pop. So once they pop, they get soft, and you can start feeling the difference of the textures and all. It smells good. You can hear them popping. I don't know if you can hear that. You heard that one pop? See it. What are your favorite things to do for the holidays? You have any favorite recipes and things that's memorable for you that you made for years? You know, something you can't live without for the holiday, for Thanksgiving. I have such fun memories of gathering at my grandmother's house every year for Thanksgiving. And all the aunts and uncles and all, but you know, that's kind of just kind of stopped. You know, my dad passed away in 2017, and that was the last Thanksgiving that all of my siblings and my aunts gathered together, my uncles. That was the last Thanksgiving that we had together. And now we just kind of have our Thanksgivings with our immediate family. That's kind of sad. My son Jace was saying just the other day that he kind of misses those large gatherings. You know, I do too. I do too. I have such fond memories of those times. I can remember one Thanksgiving, we had Thanksgiving down at Mom's, and the whole family was there. And of course, this is many years ago. Our kids were very little, and there were some teenage kids in the family, but they wanted to get out there and play football in the front yard. Well, you know that Eric Ward is not going to be considered an old fogey. He got out there and wanted to play football. Well, naturally, his old-timer clock kicked in. He ended up with a broke foot from that holiday that carried on over for several years, that he had issues, and finally ended up having to have it fused together. But just memories like that, you know, that was fun. Not the fact that he broke his ankle, no, but the fact that that's one of the memories that the kids always talk about. Uncle Eric out there playing football and breaking his foot. And just fond memories. Now it's just the hill for the most part on a holiday. So, but you know what? We can start those traditions again. It's something we need to work out. Now these are just about all popped. I'm just trying to go through and see if there's any more that's not popped. And well, you hear that one? There was one that popped. I think what I'll do is I'll get my masher out. And just kind of go through, making sure that they're all popped before I take it off the eye, because it's been on the eye right now. It's been on 14 minutes, so I can probably take it off and it will thicken up. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off of it. Now, I kind of wanted to show you. I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can get a spoon. But it's loose right now. And the berries, some of the berries are still whole, you know, for the most part. But I'm going to take this and put it in this container. This airtight container here. And I'm going to let it sit. Doesn't that look good? Look at that. And I promise you, it will be thick. But this will be ready for Thanksgiving meal. It's a little still warm. So I'm gonna add this to here. It's already gelling on the side there. My glasses are fogging up. But there you have it. Just as simple. There you go. Just as simple as you want it to be. Homemade cranberry sauce. So thank you for watching. Get my Sarah and Nini's just walked in. She's gonna be sharing with you how to make her dressing, and so y'all be on the watch for that. But I just showed you how we do our homemade cranberry sauce. We love it. I'll try to remember to post a picture of it when it thickens up so that you can see. But thank you for joining us here today on The Hill. As Stumpy always says, a simple life is a much more enjoyable life. So we will see you on the next video. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving. See you later.